A lethal pursuit erupts on the highway as the white sedan driven by Gwendolyn Gann is riddled with bullets from a military Humvee convoy. The side mirror shatters, reflecting the muzzle flashes of the closing enemy, roars as the windshield disintegrates into 1,000 jagged shards, forcing James Bond and Gann to dive behind the dashboard to cheat death. Amidst the hail of lead, Gann screams in a panic, "James, get down!" But Bond, his warrior blood boiling, demands, "Give me your gun." Though Gann snaps back fiercely, "Stay down, damn you," Bond remains insistent, "Give it to me." Finally, Bond lunges up from his position, seizes the weapon, and retaliates with a thunderous that slams into the lead Humvee's hood. Giving the enemy no room to breathe, Bond continues to lay down fire from the car window. Gann yells over the din, "Get in before they kill you," but Bond remains ice-cold. "Just keep to the left." With a single precision shot, **THUPPP***, Bond's bullet punctures the tire of a massive semi-truck alongside them, triggering a catastrophic mechanical failure. Bond's gambit pays off. The massive truck swerves out of control, T-boning the enemy Humvee with a thunderous KBM that sends the military vehicle somersaulting into the air before erupting into a fireball. Bond and Gann slip through the jaws of death, leaving a trail of smoldering wreckage behind as the white sedan streaks into the distance. The flight ends on a desolate roadside, the car's engine hissing steam. Gann tries to hoist a severely wounded Bond. "On your feet. We have to go." Barely conscious, Bond mumbles weakly, "ICNT, walk." Gann urges him on, "You have to. There's a long way to." But Bond collapses. The agent's world goes black to the sound of Gann's desperate plea. "James? James, stay with me. James." Bond awakens in a modest bed, his body wrapped in bandages. Gann, who has been keeping watch, explains, "Old army mate of mine is an ER doctor. You almost didn't make it." Bond is disoriented, but the realization begins to dawn on him. He is looking at an old comrade who is supposed to be dead. In a tense confrontation, Bond's gaze hardens. "You're dead." Gann replies calmly, "I was." Bond doubles down. "You ***** star." Gann finally admits her former identity has been erased. Gwendolyn Gann, 003, is dead. She explains she faked her death using a cadaver from the Kingston Hospital mortuary. When Bond asks why he was kept in the dark, Gann sighs. "I'm sorry, James. It was crucial that Myrmidon and MI6 both continued to believe I was dead." Gann delivers a grim situation report. The world has shifted while Bond was unconscious. Mahmoud Nassar was killed on British soil, and the Myrmidon mercenaries have staged a brutal coup in his home country. War has just been privatized, made a fully capitalist endeavor. The narration notes, describing Myrmidon's ascent as an unrivaled private military superpower. Bond asks if they've reached out to their superior. "Have you made contact with them?" Gann delivers the cold truth. "With them? You're not hearing me, James. We're burned. MI6 believes they are the ones responsible for Nassar's assassination. Every 00 alive has orders to find and kill us," Gann reveals, before commanding Bond to move. "So get dressed, and say your goodbyes to London." Months later, in a tranquil, remote village, a heavily bearded Bond sits alone at the Red Lion Star. A seemingly friendly stranger walks in. "Morning. Forgive me, are you serving lunch yet?" The man takes a seat beside Bond. "Everything all right, friend?" Bond replies curtly, nursing his scotch. "Yes. Well, can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, can you?" The man introduces himself as Tompkins, though he goes by Skip. He claims to be in finance and asks Bond what he does for a living. Bond's answer is philosophical, the business of waiting. When Skip asks what he's waiting for, Bond stands to leave, tossing back a dry remark. "If I knew that, I wouldn't be bloody waiting." Bond finds Gann reading a book in a garden. There blows a stiff wind. Bond greets her. Gann asks about his trip to the pub. Bond grumbles that the locals are a bit chattier than I prefer. They walk side by side, attempting to savor the fragile peace they've carved out for themselves. Lighting a cigarette, Bond listens as Gann notes a hint of blame or disappointment in his voice. They reflect on the past, the moment Bond turned down her offer to quit MI6 together. Gann sighs. "Well, you are right," acknowledging that a normal life was never in the cards for people like them. Upon reaching their picturesque cottage, Gann begins discussing Strauss's classical music, to which Bond retorts, "Gann, what the hell would I know about Strauss?" Gann remarks that they finally have works of peace, but Bond freezes. A mysterious envelope lies on the floor just inside the door. Gann continues her musings on art, calling it timelessness. But Bond's instincts are screaming. He senses something is wrong. Door, he whispers sharply, spotting a shadow moving in the gloom of the house. They breach the house in a blur of motion. Gann lunges at a female intruder with a knife, but the woman shrieks, "Wait! I'm not here to fight. I need your help." The skirmish halts as the woman throws her hands up in surrender. Bond and Gann keep their weapons trained on the intruder. "My name's Clark. I was an intelligence officer for Myrmidon until yesterday," she confesses. Clark explains she tracked them through Bond's old cell signal and train manifests. She pleads for their assistance. "You're needed." Clark exposes Myrmidon's dark secret, the use of nanotechnology in their soldiers. "That virus is mutating," she says, her expression grim. To prove her point, she rolls up her sleeve to reveal a horrific mutation crawling across her skin. "Because I'm carrying it," she whispers. The stakes escalate as Clark details Sebastian From's plan to unleash a second nanotech virus, one designed to cripple every opposition force on the planet. "You two are the only ones in the world I knew for certain he hadn't got to," Clark begs. Bond and Gann realize they are facing a biological war crime of global proportions. Suddenly, the windows disintegrate under a hail of gunfire. KSSSHH. Bond shoves Clark to the floor. "How many shooters you reckon?" Clark guesses there's only one, and Bond's jaw tightens as the realization hits. "And I think I might have an idea who." The front door is kicked off its hinges with a violent crash. A man stands there, framed in the doorway with a submachine gun. It's Skip from the pub. "Hello, Skip," Bond says icily. The man sneers. "Ah, that name's for friends, remember? And you weren't all that friendly in the pub." Bond levels his pistol from behind cover. "You left the Myrmidon bit out of your CV." Skip's grin widens as he levels his own weapon at the cornered legend. "I'm the new 002, he announces. Then, with a mocking lilt, "All your old mates round the office send their regards." A clash between 00 agents is now inevitable. Tension reached a breaking point as Bond leveled a cold stare at the bald intruder. 002, I take it, he asked icily. Skip smirked triumphantly, cocking his weapon with a sharp KAC. "I'm new. What was it that Myrmidon fella told you?" Skip jeered when Bond remarked he'd never met an agent like him before. With a menacing tone, Skip doubled down. "The world changed when you weren't looking." Before Skip could pull the trigger, Gwendolyn Gann lunged with lightning speed. The sounds of KSSSHHBRAKK erupted as Gann slammed into Skip, forcing his machine gun to emit nothing but a hollow. A heavy blow landed squarely on Skip's jaw with a sickening ***crack ***, forcing an ***OUFF from his lungs. Enraged, Skip screamed, "Bitch! Get outer MY!" as he swung his weapon wildly, hitting nothing but air with a ***whiff ***. A brutal close-quarters struggle broke out in the living room. Skip's eyes widened as he realized who he was fighting. "Bloody hell! You're Gwendolyn Gann." Gann fired back a retort while pressing the attack. "M must be short-handed these days. You're a bit young for this job." But Skip proved a formidable opponent, landing a heavy ***flump** of a kick to Gann's midsection. "I do all right. Especially against has-beens, with one foot in the grave," Skip sneered, just before Gann rocked him again with a resounding ***wham***. Bond ended the chaos instantly, aiming his pistol directly at Skip's face amidst the distant ***crack and ***chup of gunfire outside. "Twitch a finger, and I'll put one in your eye. You little ginger twerp," Bond threatened coldly. Though Gann felt she could have handled it herself, Bond neutralized Skip and retrieved a hidden knife from the man's sock. "Thought I'd better step in while he can still talk," Bond said, ensuring his partner was unharmed. Clark, the wounded agent, limped into the room with his arm in a makeshift sling. "I've been better," he grumbled, looking down at Skip, whom he called this sack of shit for shooting him. Fueled by rage, Clark nearly finished Skip off with a blade, but Bond intervened with a firm command. "Hey, we're not killing him." "Understood." Bond knew Skip was far more valuable alive for the information he carried. Bond interrogated Skip, who was now forced to his knees. "Hear that, Skip? We're not killing you. Make sure you mention that bit to M when you see him," Bond said sarcastically. When asked why MI6 was hunting them, Skip let out a mocking laugh. "Heh, it's funny, that. If you have to ask, you really are out of the game." He explained that Myrmidon had seized control of everything, from conventional warfare to cyber espionage. M fought it, But it didn't matter. His paymasters want from kept happy, Skip revealed, warning that the secret of Gann being alive was now out. Skip offered one last warning with a sinister grin. Every 00 at MI6 is coming after you. He suggested their next meeting might even be as colleagues again. Gann, unimpressed, critiqued Skip's tactical failings. You should really mind your blind spots better. You'll get yourself killed, clearing a room like that, she remarked, before finally knocking him unconscious. Skip eventually woke up on the floor of the ruined house and hissed, "Shit." Using a cracked cell phone, he immediately reported to his superior, Mitchell 006. He was here, sir. From's missing agent is with him, and you won't believe who else is with, he reported, realizing Bond and Gann had already slipped away with Clark. At a train station, Clark provided vital intel before they parted ways. From is developing the new virus in his primary lab in Virginia. If you're going to stop him, Bond cut him off, promising to be in touch if necessary. When asked where they were headed, Gann answered curtly, "We'll keep that to ourselves for now, thanks." Bond bid Clark farewell with a simple promise, "I look forward to the next time." As they walked toward their green Mini Cooper, Gann criticized Bond's cold demeanor toward Clark. "Bit rude of you, I thought. That's not like you." Bond countered that they were desperate for gear and missed QS technical support. Gann agreed and suggested they seek out someone from MI6's past currently living in Rome. "Someone from MI6? From before your time? Traveling will be a real hassle, but I don't see that we have much choice," Gann said, her mind already on the plan. Inside the car, Bond speculated on which 00 agent would be sent after them next, perhaps 009. The atmosphere grew tense when Bond tried to explain himself regarding Clark, but Gann cut him off sharply. "Spare me, would you, James? I showed you how this game is played, not the other way around." Their car sped away from the countryside, racing toward their next adventure. The alert regarding Bond and Gann's whereabouts spread across the globe. In Washington, Paris, and Rio de Janeiro, agents received encrypted messages on their phones. Asterisk missed call, 5682-02, Gann is with him. Asterisk Mitchell 006, relaxing in Venice, received the same notification. Realizing his targets were on the move, Mitchell 006 made a phone call while prepping his sniper rifle. 002 found them. "I saw. And Gann alive, as well. Good news, eh?" he said with an ironic lilt. His superior instructed that they be brought back alive if possible, but Mitchell was reminded that Bond and Gann were now acting against the interests of the state. "Bring them in, both of them. Alive, if you can. But either way, bring them in." On the flight to Rome, Gann stared at the cityscape through the window, reminiscing about their history and past missions. She asked Bond what he thought about when returning to this city. Bond replied in his classic style, "The martinis at Black Market Hall." But Gann pressed him. "I mean it. Tell me." Bond's mind drifted to dark memories of assassinations and wartime strategy. Asterisk what do I think about? I think about the habits and travel patterns of the man I'm here to kill asterisk he thought. He felt a disconnect from Gann, who still held on to her emotional side. "I'm sorry, Gann. I'm not like you," Bond said honestly. Gann replied with quiet understanding. "Maybe your way's best." Upon arriving at an outdoor cafe in Rome, Gann spotted her target. "Ha! I can't believe it. He's just where I hoped he'd be." The figure was Linus Pendleton, a former Q with a genius for building anything. Gann asked Bond to let her speak to him alone first. "Let me speak to him alone first. Signal if you see anything," Gann requested, and Bond gave a vigilant nod. Gann greeted Linus in Italian before revealing her identity. Linus was shocked and moved to see Gann, whom he had long thought dead. Gann got straight to the point. "I'm on assignment, Linus. It's a big one. MI6 is compromised, and I could really use your talents." Linus, bored to tears by retirement, was instantly intrigued. "Going out of my mind with boredom, honestly. What do you need?" Smoking a cigarette in the distance, Bond's sharp instincts picked up a suspicious vibe. He noticed several foreign men who seemed to be watching the cafe. When he caught the glint of a weapon beneath one man's jacket, Bond muttered, "Damn," and flicked his cigarette away. The piece was about to shatter. Bond dialed Gann. "We're burned. Get out of," but a heavy voice interrupted over the line. "She can't hear you, Bond. Don't try to run." It was Mitchell 006, who had already locked onto Bond's position through his sniper scope. Mitchell explained that Myrmidon had hacked every phone to track Bond's voice. "We were on you the moment you stepped off the plane," Mitchell threatened. Mitchell tried to persuade Bond to surrender peacefully, noting that the entire area was surrounded by British and Italian intelligence. Bond accused Mitchell of treason for the sake of Myrmidon's technology. Mitchell defended himself, claiming From's nanotechnology would make Britain invincible. But Bond revealed a horrific truth. He's killing his own people. The delivery system for From's nanotech is a virus, and he's lost control of it. Mitchell refused to believe it and ordered Bond to call Gann over. Bond launched a sudden counterattack. He seized control of a black sedan, shouting, "You'll forgive me if I use that." With the sounds of ********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* ********************************************************************************************** He neutralized the agent inside and kicked him out with a **flump ***. The agents at the cafe screamed stop and opened fire. ***blam blam ***. As Bond floored the accelerator, the engine letting out a deafening ***. Chaos erupted at the cafe. Gann yelled for Linus to run as agents leveled their weapons at her. Gwendolyn Gann, don't move. Mitchell warned Bond over the radio that he was driving toward his own execution, running into battle with a bloody rock tied to a stick. With grim determination, Bond plowed the car through the cafe, smashing through tables as he retorted, "You're about to wish you'd picked the right side of this." The real battle had only just begun. The Black Alfa Romeo's engine roared with a WVR that shattered the silence of the courtyard. James Bond charged through a hail of bullets that pulverized his windshield, while over the radio, Mitchell's voice echoed with an order. James Bond is in the courtyard. Amidst the panicked civilians, Mitchell instructed his agents, "Take him alive, if possible, just so long as we take him." Meanwhile, Gann was cornered and forced to neutralize an enemy with a lethal physical strike. Crack. The tires screeched loudly with a SKKKR as Bond performed an extreme maneuver to pick up his teammates. "Get in. Now!" Bond shouted to Gann and Linus amidst a barrage of blam blam from opposing agents. Gann provided suppressive fire, her face set with determination as she yelled, "Stop him," to ward off the closing pursues. Inside the tense cabin, a bewildered Linus asked, "This is him?" To which Gann immediately replied, "James Bond. Meet Linus." "Linus, Bond." Bond glanced at Linus through the rearview mirror and said, "Gann says you've got miracles in you, Linus." Linus replied bitterly, "I hope we live to see a few." As the police blockaded the road, Gann shouted, "Roadblock. Take the alley." Bond instantly jerked the wheel into a narrow alleyway with a crunch and KSSHHH as the car's body scraped against the stone walls. The chase grew even more frantic. "Watch it!" Gann yelled as their car nearly flipped. Bond realized they were trapped. Shit. They were expecting that. "They are hurting us." Gann ordered Bond to return fire. "Shoot at them. Push them back a bit." However, the car door was stuck. "MP, you've jammed up the door." Bond complained before finally managing to unleash a volley of blam blam. Unfortunately, they hit a dead end. "Shit. We're out of road," Bond muttered as their vehicle came to a full stop. With a burst of strength, Bond kicked the door open, boom, and rolled out, using the door as a makeshift shield against the asphalt with an OUFFF and SKRKK. Gann shouted anxiously, "James," as Bond crawled for cover. In the middle of the chaos, Bond's phone rang. It was Russie, 006. "All right, 007. Russie greeted him with a piercing, cold tone. Bond answered while catching his breath, 006. "I suppose that was you on the rifle." Russie replied cynically, "Sorry, my friend." Bond, still respecting his opponent's skill, remarked, "Don't be. Hell of a shot." Russie tried to persuade him to surrender. "Toss your gun out from there and we'll take you in peacefully. Get that shoulder looked at." Bond realized Russ's betrayal. "That was great work, Russie. Leading us into the snare the way you did." Russie cocked his weapon, K.A. crack, while warning, "Just because 003 underestimated you, 007, don't expect me to." Bond gave a secret hand signal to Gann, "Plaza, far end, and rooftop." Gann immediately instructed Linus, "Get to the Piazza Navona. I'll find you there round midnight." She apologized for dragging Linus into danger, but Linus actually smiled. "It's all right, Gwen. The library's nice and all, but I've been bored out of my bloody mind." The police forces continued to close in. Russie whispered through the phone, "You're lucky it was me who found you. 009 wouldn't piss about like this, friends or no." Bond challenged him. I suppose you want to thank you for not shooting me outright. Russi then dropped an information bombshell. There are things you don't know about Gann, Bond. Things none of us knew. Bond defended his partner. Bollocks. Gann's the best of us. Always was. But Russi insisted, but I'm afraid it's more complicated than that. I'm doing you a favor, tying this up now rather than later. Surprise. Gann appeared right behind Russi on the roof. The KA click of Gann's pistol halted Russ's movement. Now toss out that gun or, Gann threatened. Russi gasped. You first, Russi. Gann commanded coldly. Hands off the rifle. Slow as you like, please. Russi could only sigh. Hello, Gwen. Pity it had to be this way, eh? Gann snapped back. Wasn't me asked you to hunt us down, Russi. Before surrendering, Russi gave one last warning. You should tell him before he finds out on his own. Below, Bond was still pinned down until Gann's sniper shots began to bark, crack and KSSHH, to clear a path. That you, Gann? Bond asked. Obviously. Now move that ass everyone likes so much, Gann replied curtly. With the cover of Gann's shots ringing out, capenning, Bond sprinted through the police cordon. Move. Move, move, move. Bond spotted a man on a red Ducati motorcycle. Very sorry, old man, Bond said as he knocked the rider off with an OUFFF. Bond quickly leaped onto the bike. I'll try to keep it in one piece, he promised before gunning the engine with a deafening VR, leaving the confused agents behind. That night at the magnificent Piazza Navona, a dark grey sedan pulled up at a street corner. A weary-looking Bond emerged from the shadows and got into the back seat with Linus, while a woman in glasses acted as their contact driver. All right, Bond, the driver asked. Bond answered briefly, I'm all right. What state did you leave 006 in? The driver replied calmly, he'll come to forgive me. Bond then turned to Linus. How's Linus meant to help us now? Whatever workshop he has, it'll be burned, surely. Linus reassured him. I have a workshop out in the countryside, attached to a name they won't know. Bond requested crucial help. Can you get me papers and a new face that'll get me safely through customs? Linus smiled proudly. I'm offended, Mr. Bond. Just tell me who you'd like to be. Meanwhile, in From's secret laboratory, the Myrmidon virus experiment was turning into a nightmare. Fever approaching 106 Fahrenheit, an assistant reported. The project doctor looked at the chaotic medical data. Pulse is 185 and rising. If he follows suit with the others, he'll cardiac arrest any moment. I'm sorry, sir. It's conclusive. The test subject died in a horrific physical state. Sebastian From stared at the screen coldly. Conclusive. Tell me, doctor, what would you say is Myrmidon's purpose? The doctor trembled. Sir, the delivery virus has mutated beyond viability. We can't. From cut him off harshly. Yes, fine. Now answer the question. From then lectured on his vision. We are building a future free of nationalism, extremism, or ideology of any kind. We now hold the power to choose world leaders, dictate global policy. He pointed to the subject's corpse. That man in there understood this. Why can you not understand this? The sound of breaking bone, crunch, was heard as the subject died a gruesome death. From continued to lecture his doctor, who begged for the contract to be terminated because the virus killed its host in less than 2 years. I have faith in us, doctor. 2 years is plenty of time to smooth out any wrinkles, From said cruelly. He stated that in a week, the technology would be licensed to the Pentagon. Anything we do to that end is an absolute benefit to mankind. He concluded over the pool of the subject's blood. At Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C., a now bearded and disguised James Bond successfully passed through a strict security checkpoint. He used a burner phone to report, I'm through. The contact on the other end warned, this is a stupid risk. Bond walked calmly past the heavily armed guards. Myrmidons are bloody everywhere, Bond muttered, seeing private security agents all over the place. He was surprised Linus's prosthetic mask had fooled the facial scanners. I can't believe Linus prosthetics fooled the facial scanners. Gann, on the phone, still disagreed. This isn't worth the risk, James. I know you trust this man, but we don't need him. But Bond insisted, I think we might. As a car picked him up, Bond hung up. His here, shutting off. It turned out the man picking him up was his old friend, Felix Leiter. My second favorite Brit, in my third least favorite airport. Felix greeted him with a thin smile. Bond got into the car. I appreciate you meeting me, Felix. Been a while. Felix reminded him of the massive risk Bond was taking because Myrmidon was trying to close a deal with the U.S. Department of Defense. I don't suppose you have a spare gun for me? Bond asked. Felix replied, I'll see if I can't get you something. They arrived at a modern building. Bond quipped to Felix, You're from Texas. Isn't it against your religion to be out of reach of a firearm? Felix shot back, These ones aren't for you, that's all. Inside the building, Felix asked what Bond was doing there. Bond explained it was a major task that required Felix's help. However, Felix revealed his doubts. I heard you were out at MI6, and that you were running some kind of op on your own. With Gwen Gann. Felix then added with a suspicious tone, since it came from one of your own people. Suddenly, the KA click of a weapon was heard behind Bond's head. A female figure appeared, leveling a pistol. 005. Bond was shocked. Hello, James. Bond realized he had been set up. Can't put a price on trust these days, apparently. Felix defended his actions. Just hear what she has to say, James. I know you think you're the good guy here, but I don't think Gwendolyn Gann is who she says she is. Bond stood between 005's gun and Felix's gaze. Can't trust anybody in this bloody line of work, Bond sighed. Felix tried to de-escalate. This doesn't have to end badly, Bond. But Bond gave a stern warning. You don't know what the hell you're doing, 005. He explained that the Myrmidon virus was mutating and was a death sentence for anyone carrying it. Gann and I are about to expose Sebastian from as a war criminal, Bond asserted before asking with sharp eyes. Are you really going to try to stop me? Held at gunpoint by 005, James Bond is forced to listen to a bitter truth that shakes his very foundations. M doesn't know we're here, 005 reveals coldly, while Felix Leiter keeps watch from behind. Your mission isn't what you think it is. Gann is using you, he continues, alleging that Gwendolyn Gann actually intends to protect Myrmidon and seize Sebastian from's position for herself. Bond fiercely defends his colleague. Gwendolyn Gann is the most loyal agent any of us has ever met. I trust her a damn sight more than you. But 005 fires back with a devastating blow. She was loyal. Until she found out her government was putting Mahmoud Nassar back in power. Through a flashback, it is revealed that while Gann served as a spy master within Myrmidon, she had been stealing from's technology for British interests. However, her plan shifted when she realized how dangerous the technology was and witnessed from's total loss of morality. He couldn't be allowed to keep this monster he'd created, but there's no putting it back in the bottle. It had to go to US, the narration explains. Yet, the government support for Nassar became the chink in her armor that shattered Gann's loyalty to MI6. The narrative continues to reveal that it was Gann who orchestrated Nassar's assassination from the start, only emerging from hiding when Bond attempted to rescue the target. When Bond asks hesitantly, Are you saying Gann killed Nassar? Felix can only offer a cryptic answer. Half of Myrmidon's members were actually recruited by Gann, making her more than capable of staging a coup against From. I know you came to me for help, but my government is in way too deep with Myrmidon, Felix admits with a look of regret. Felix finally agrees to provide unofficial assistance because Myrmidon is becoming unpopular within his own agency. He hands Bond a small disc-shaped device. Within 20 yards of their servers, somewhere it won't be found for a few hours, Felix instructs. Bond dryly remarks on the device's sophistication. Typical agency. Won't help us, but no great objection to being helped. Felix offers a thin smile and quips about Bond's age. You're dating yourself, Bond. Spies don't need bombs or lasers anymore, just a Wi-Fi connection. Under a blood-red twilight sky, 005 gives a final warning as Bond lights a cigarette. 009 is still out there, and he won't hold back. Not for either of you, he threatens. He reiterates his doubts about Gann, but Bond remains steadfast. I don't know that I can believe that. She's the most faithful agent I've ever met. Just being around that, it gave me faith. 005 can only whisper a final warning, and she'll betray you. Bond's composure is broken when his phone vibrates with an unknown caller ID. On the other end, Agent Clark's voice sounds panicked amidst a barrage of gunfire. Crack KSSHH. Bond, I'm burned. Myrmidon's onto me, I need. She screams before the sound of blam blam cuts her off. A set of coordinates appears on Bond's screen with a final message. I've sent you MY location. Help! A deadly chase erupts on the streets of Mason as Clark tries to escape a Myrmidon dragnet. Stop! Target's heading north toward Mason, the pursuers shout. With stunning athleticism, Clark leaps over the hood of a car while returning fire. Crack, crack, crack. Though she manages to neutralize one opponent with a muffled MMP, she is relentlessly suppressed by a hail of bullets, blam, and ricochets, kapenning, that keep her pinned and moving. Clark is eventually cornered and forced into a brutal hand-to-hand struggle. The sounds of whop and HUP ring out as she fights back, but she is hopelessly outnumbered. OFF and wham, she is slammed against a wall before a stun gun crackles, click click click, leaving her screaming, AAHH. As they drag the limp Clark away, a Myrmidon agent mocks her. Shouldn't have done it, Clark. Damn stupid. Clark can only whisper weakly. From's gonna kill all of us. James Bond arrives like the angel of death. Sorry about this, he says coldly before grabbing a cyber-eyed man by the face and ripping out his mechanical implants with a sickening SIP. The victim screams YEAUHH before his head is slammed into the wall with a crunch. Another agent immediately racks his weapon. K-Chak, cursing. Bond. You piece OF, sparking a massive fight. Brakakakakaka. Amidst a crowd of panicked civilians, Bond lunges at the armed agent with a heavy wham. I served with Rook, the agent claims arrogantly, only for Bond to answer with a vicious headbutt. Crack, that leaves the man groaning NK. Grinning wickedly, the agent tells Bond that Rook absolutely hated him before he staggers back. Showing no mercy, Bond sweeps the man's legs with a wham that sends him crashing to the asphalt. That's only fair, Bond mutters as he seizes the man's weapon. With a decisive click, Bond aims the barrel directly at the Myrmidon agent's face. After all, I am the man who put a knife in his skull, Bond declares, his eyes radiating a lethal aura. A dull thunk ends the agent's life as he falls with a thwump. Bond immediately rushes to Clark and helps her up. Clark, we have to move. More are coming. Gasping for air, Clark manages to apologize for ruining Bond's car, to which he casually replies, It's not mine. Anyway, it's all right. At MI6 headquarters, Vauxhall Cross, London, the atmosphere is tense. Moneypenny enters MS office with an urgent report. 007 sighting, sir. Washington, D.C. Apparently he interfered in a Myrmidon arrest of one of their own. M is stunned, realizing the situation is spiraling out of control. Washington. Bloody hell. Contact 009 at once. If Bond is doing what I think he's doing, he's about to start a bloody war. That night in a hotel in Bethesda, Maryland, Bond meticulously stitches a wound on Clark's shoulder. Stop squirming. Surely you've been sewn up before. Bond chides as Clark winces with a SSSS. Clark explains she was caught trying to clone keycards in Myrmidon's medical wing. Bond grows suspicious. Cloning keycards? You sound like you've been in touch with Gann about this op. Clark answers honestly. She got in touch with ME. Did she not tell you? Bond falls silent for a moment, processing the information. Clark watches him with a mysterious smile. That's interesting. I thought I saw some distance between you two. Bond stares back intensely, trying to read the woman's motives. Clark continues in a soft, teasing voice. I hope I haven't made anything complicated. Bond stands and packs away the medical supplies. If you are caught, our planned point of entry will be blown. He decides to contact Linus to find an alternative route. Before stepping out, he tells Clark to rest so her stitches don't pull. In the morning, Clark asks as Bond walks toward the door, which closes with a boom. Bond is preoccupied with his phone, unaware of Clark's gaze following him. In the hotel hallway, Bond calls Gann and reports that Clark is with him. Gann finds the timing of Clark's appearance suspicious and asks if Felix can be trusted. Bond recalls 005's warning about Gann's betrayal and the accusation that she is merely using him. When Gann asks what Felix said during their meeting, Bond chooses to keep it a secret. Nothing of note. Over the encrypted line, Gann reminds him that Myrmidon is fractured and she is in a strong position to seize leadership. Half of Myrmidon was recruited by Gann. Bond thinks, remembering 005's words. Gann informs him that Linus is on his way and they will meet tomorrow to plan their next move. See you tomorrow, then, Gann says before hanging up. Bond stands alone in the corridor, staring at his phone with deep-seated doubt. Whoever's using whom. You know more than you're telling, Agent Clark, he mutters. He re-enters the room to find Clark sitting on the bed, a blanket draped over her. Morning already, she asks flirtatiously. Bond looks at her flatly. IT will be soon, he replies before closing the door with a click. At Myrmidon headquarters in Virginia, 009 appears via holographic projection before the Myrmidon leadership. "I've reacquired your mole, and AM in position," he reports. He displays images of Bond and Clark on the screen. 009 states that while M wants Bond back alive, he has his own agenda. "Two dead traitors are better than none, I suppose. And you serve MY interests as much ASMS," he adds threateningly. A mysterious figure in the shadows delivers the final, lethal order. "Time to earn that fearsome reputation. 009. Kill them both." The command is given just as Bond and Clark appear to grow closer in the darkness of their hotel room. Back inside the room, the atmosphere becomes intimate as Clark approaches Bond. "Eyes front, Commander Bond," Clark whispers, touching his chin. "What can I do to keep your atten?" Bond seems distracted, his mind split between the mission, Gann's betrayal, and the danger lurking just outside their door. The deadly mission, the Myrmidon Hit, is about to explode. The silence of the night in the Bethesda hotel room was shattered instantly as the door was kicked open with a sharp **KA click. **009 burst inside, muzzle flashing as he unleashed a lethal volley of gunfire. **crack crack crack. James Bond reacted with lightning speed, diving toward the sofa as bullets pulverized lamps and furniture with a rhythmic **chup and **KSSH. Amidst the chaos, Agent Clark's body was hurled backward with a sickening **crash. Helpless against the assassin's sudden onslaught. Fresh blood seeped through Clark's limp fingers while her eyes stared vacantly at the ceiling. She was dead. 009 stepped forward, aiming his suppressed pistol directly at Bond, who was crouched behind the bed. "Bond, come up with hands raised, slowly, and you'll leave here alive," 009 commanded in a cold, undeniable tone. Bond, his face tight with suppressed rage, bit back sharply. 009. "You might have shown Agent Clark the same courtesy." A brutal struggle erupted in the cramped space. Bond used the mattress as an improvised shield, the sound of 009's bullets hitting the foam echoing with a **BA bump and **crack crack. Clark wasn't MI6, 009 mocked, maintaining the pressure. Bond countered with a powerful shoulder charge. "No. We're MI6, before launching a **wump ** of a kick that sent his opponent reeling. 009 smirked amidst the scuffle. "But that's not all you are, is it?" The **bump and **click of clashing weapons filled the room as Bond fought to seize control. Bond managed to pin 009's arm until a sickening **snap** rang out. "You're working from," Bond accused, while 009 could only groan, **NH. The fight shifted to blades. A shimmering knife nearly sliced Bond's face with a lethal whiff. 009 lunged back with overflowing malice. "When did you start taking this so personally?" Bond parried a blunt strike with a heavy **TNK** and retorted curtly, "It doesn't suit why," before the next strike forced them to break apart. With a single precise movement, Bond slammed a technical device into 009's neck with a **thock, sending the assassin staggering. A wooden table splintered into a crash of debris as 009 was hurled **wump toward the door. Coughing out a ragged not KFF **, 009 retreated into the darkness of the hallway, muttering, "Not done." Bond stood amidst the wreckage of the room, staring at Clark's blood-soaked body beneath the shattered lights. With heavy breath and a wounded arm, Bond whispered with vengeful intent, "You're damned right." 2 days later, in the depths of the Washington, D.C. underground, James Bond stood waiting in the shadows of the silent subway tracks. Gwendolyn Gann approached and asked about his condition. "How's your ARM?" Bond answered shortly, "Fine. Hurts. It's not a problem. Is everyone here?" Gann confirmed that Felix Leiter had just arrived. Lighting a cigarette with a flick of a lighter in the gloom, Bond murmured, "He won't begrudge me one cigarette." As they walked down the cold concrete corridor, Gann tried to lighten the mood. "Haven't heard your poems in a while. Read me a new one, would you?" Bond replied with a bitter laugh. That doesn't sound like you." However, Bond's suspicion began to peak. He stopped and stared Gann down. "Was Agent Clark your asset, Gwen? From the beginning? Is it true about your little coup against from Gann simply met his gaze with cold blue eyes. You know I'll say no whether it's true or not. So I think I'll ignore you and finish my cigarette, if it's all the same to you. They stepped further into the tunnel, reminiscing about their brief time in Suffolk. I've been thinking about the house in Suffolk. Our time off the grid. Do you miss it? Gann asked. Bond admitted he loathed the lack of agency. I hated being out of the game. The lack of control. Gann agreed that they weren't the type of people meant to live as passengers. Yet, for a moment, Bond's expression softened. But it was good, wasn't it? The you and me of it, anyway. Gann offered a thin smile. It was. I'm glad we finally had our escape, James. Even if only for a moment. They arrived at a secret meeting room where Felix and Linus were waiting. Bond. Felix. We're safe down here. Gann asked. Felix guaranteed the security of the old Penrose line location. Linus, noticing someone was missing, asked, Aren't there 5 of us? Where's the young lady? Bond replied with a dark edge, Agent Clark's not coming, Linus. A bullet through the skull has her a bit under the weather. He explained that 009 was now working for From. Linus warned that if the Myrmidon and Pentagon contracts were finalized, the mission would escalate into an act of war. Linus looked at Bond seriously. Tell me what you have in mind. The grand plan was laid out. The Myrmidon headquarters in Virginia was a fortress of high-level security and advanced surveillance. The old plan relied on Agent Clark, the narration explained. With Clark dead, they needed a new route via a personnel shuttle that rotated every 30 minutes. Linus would prepare ID cards and facial prosthetics, while Gann had planted false intel to mislead 009. In reality, we have something a little bolder in mind. The action began. Under the cover of the night sky, Bond and Gann performed a halo jump from a stealth aircraft. Asterisk a little bolder in mind. Asterisk Bond thought as he plummeted through the clouds with a machine gun strapped to his chest. They exploited a gap in Myrmidon's satellite surveillance, which relied heavily on U.S. Department of Defense contractors sympathetic to their cause. Bond landed with a perfect maneuver on the roof of the Myrmidon facility. Over the radio, he coordinated with the team. Felix, that's where you come in. We need your people to fly us up just outside Myrmidon airspace. And we need Myrmidon's satellite feed to be blind and on loop for 30 minutes. Felix answered firmly, Not a problem, Bond. Bond then turned to Linus to request the device to stall the industrial exhaust fans. Linus replied proudly, If I couldn't, I wouldn't be of much use, would I? With a laser flash from Linus's gadget, the giant fans ground to a halt. Brilliant. We're in, then. Inside the vents, Bond observed the Myrmidon security forces, all linked via a nanotech neural network. Every on-call Myrmidon security agent is linked to a 40-man platoon. If we make contact with one, we make contact with all. To counter this, they used new ammunition designed by Linus that would overload any electronic system it hit. A hit on one Myrmidon agent should crash their whole neural network. Silently, they neutralized the first guard, took his access chip, and pressed forward. Meanwhile, in the main office, Sebastian From began to panic as he realized there were intruders. You've failed. They're inside, he screamed at 009, who sat calmly on the sofa. 009 replied flatly, It's under control. From exploded in rage. Under control? They are coming for me. You were supposed to kill Bond along with them all. Now he's here. 009 stood up while checking his pistol. Calm yourself, Mr. From. I understand your concern, but it is going as we expected. And it is under control. Bond and Gann reached a corridor junction and decided to split up. See you in the endgame, Bond said. Gann replied, Yes. Stay safe. I'll come up with that poem for you. The plan. Gann would install Felix's cloning server in the main server room along with remote explosives, while Bond would take the second server to the only other place the data was stored. Bond slipped into the most private area of the building, Sebastian From's personal quarters. With a suppressed pistol in hand, he stepped through the automatic doors. However, he stopped dead in his tracks. His eyes widened in shock at the sight before him. Sebastian From lay lifeless across his desk, a horrific gunshot wound to the head having obliterated his face. Don't move. Or do. Killing you makes no difference to Emmy, a heavy voice called out from behind. 009 had been waiting. Bond raised his hands while clutching the server bag. You surprise me, 009. Surely MI6 didn't sanction the hit on from. 009 answered coldly. Leave it alone, Bond. You don't know what you don't know. Just hand me the gun, slowly. Bond tried to negotiate. There's also the matter of the explosive I'm carrying. Be gentle with it, please. Bond tossed the explosive bag into the air as a distraction. Whomp erupted as the two grappled. 009 fired a crack that narrowly missed Bond's head. A fierce exchange of blows, whomp broke out in the middle of the luxurious room. So long, Bond, 009 hissed, aiming his weapon. The sound of a ka click and a volley of crack rained down on Bond's position as he rolled for cover. The door burst open and Gann appeared with her weapon drawn. Where's from? Bond stood up, panting. Gann? From's dead, behind his desk. Gann murmured in surprise. Lord. 009 always was unpredictable in his loyalties. But when Gann asked for the cloning server, Bond refused with a piercing stare. I never said that. I never said 009 killed him. The bitter truth finally came to light under the officer's neon glow. 009 wasn't working for From. He was working for you, Bond accused, his voice trembling with disappointment. Gann dropped the pretense. Give me the clone server, I said. Bond realized Gann intended to seize Myrmidon for herself rather than destroy it. When 004 warned me you'd double-cross me, I practically laughed in her face, Bond said painfully. Gann cocked her weapon, click and commanded, don't take another step. Bond whispered, I never would have believed we'd come to this. Gann replied firmly, We don't have TO. Stop. The two stood facing each other, two elite agents now turned archenemies. Don't you dare look at me that way. You do the same in my place, Gann challenged. Bond shook his head. You're a fool if you believe that. You were the truest agent I ever knew. Gann replied bitterly that the modern world of espionage no longer tolerated those with pure convictions. This game won't tolerate a true believer anymore. And I can't let you leave here, Gann stated, ready to pull the trigger. The massive glass window behind them shattered into a million pieces with a deafening KSHH as Bond lunged at Gann. I don't want to fight, Bond shouted amidst the flying glass. Gann struck back with a heavy wham, trying to incapacitate him. They'll never take you back at MI6, James. You've been discarded. Your only place now is here, with me. Bond parried the next blow with a loud wham, his face full of resolve despite his broken heart. We always knew they'd use us up in the end. Bond thought as he prepared for the final strike in this death duel at the heart of the Myrmidon conspiracy. A deadly duel erupts amidst the ruins of From's office. Gwendolyn Gann lunges with a series of brutal strikes, her voice sounding cynical over the WHFFF of the rushing wind. Did From show you his little statue in the foyer? She asks, aiming for Bond's weak points. She mentions that From saw himself as the heroic, faceless doctor, who slew the mad tyrant king. Bond blocks a knee strike from Gann with a grunt. He did. Gann continues to press him with a heavy thwomp kick to Bond's chest. Pompous ass, wasn't he? Gann jeers, to which Bond replies with ragged breath, yes. Gann acknowledges her former boss's madness. He convinced himself he was the doctor. The fight continues with acrobatic maneuvers that shatter a window. KSHHH. Bond manages to hurl Gann through the jagged shards. Gann stands up with a sharp gaze, acknowledging her student's skill. You've got better, James. I'm proud of you. Bond retorts coldly as he prepares to strike again. Learned from the best, didn't I? Gann continues her philosophy on From, but he was the tyrant all along. At least, you were then. The sound of a whiff impact and a PAP parry echo as they lock movements with incredible speed. The tide turns when the sound of a bone snapping, CH, is heard, followed by Bond's cry of pain, AGH. Gann immediately uses her earpiece to call for reinforcements. Exec wing, upper corridor. Hurry up. Bond looks at her with disappointment. You've lost your way, Gwen. Just like From did. Gann replies with a bitter, triumphant smile. At least I have the good sense not to fight alone anymore. Instantly, Myrmidon troops surround the room. James Bond. On the ground, hands behind your head. A volley of gunfire. BBDRAAKK. Forces Bond to dive for cover, cursing. Damn it. Bond is pinned down behind a pillar, his shoulders shut, blood seeping through his clothes. Over the radio, Felix Leiter shouts in a panic. Bond, the hell is going on in there?
Miss Gann.
You've lost comm. Can you hear US? Bond reports the bitter truth to Linus. Gann's turned on US. Linus.
She used US to stage a coup.
She's taking control of Myrmidon as we speak. Linus gasps in disbelief. Miss Gann?
But
SHE wouldn't, Bond asserts. She has done, Linus. Felix quickly plans an escape. I'm sending you a Black Hawk. You'll have to get back to the roof somehow. Bond, trapped inside, says weakly. I'm holed up in from's office. I need a way out before, calf Bond. Amidst plumes of smoke, Bond finds a dying 009. You're a hard one to kill, 009, Bond praises. 009 answers with gasping breath. Not for much longer.
I was in Gann's pocket. Same as you.
And she turned on me, same as you. Before passing away, 009 leaks one final secret about the Myrmidon virus. Bond,
listen. From's virus.
That carries the Supersoldier nanotech. Not just white blood cells and endorphins. It creates a neural network. When Bond assumes it's just for one squad, 009 corrects him.
No.
Not just
individual squads.
The tech creates a single global network. From's plan was far more terrifying, taking direct control of every soldier equipped with a nanotech to stage a coup in any nation. 009 provides the key to destroying everything. One global network of soldiers, all following From's orders. Only access is From's workstation. Understand? If that server goes down, the Myrmidon soldiers will be completely paralyzed. Bond immediately contacts Felix. You get all that, Felix? You still have those clone servers I gave you.
Felix replies that Gann has taken both.
Both. Bond mutters with a secret plan in mind as Myrmidon forces blow the entrance. Boom. On the ground, hands behind your head. The soldiers scream as they subdue the wounded Bond. A major reports to Gann as she enters. Director Gann, all OF From's loyalists are in custody. We have full control of the facility. Gann looks down at Bond, who is now kneeling with his hands bound. Thank you, Major, she says before approaching Bond.
You're wounded, James. Please don't fight anymore.
I want you alive to see the shape of things to come, Gann continues, standing before the giant statue in the lobby. She delivers a speech to hundreds of Myrmidon soldiers, stating they have been discarded by their own governments. Sebastian From saw value in you. He was willing to spend your lives to meet his own aims. I'm not. Gann promises a new future where Myrmidon will become a partner to the US Department of Defense. Tomorrow, we change the world, she cries out, met by the loyal stares of the cybernetic soldiers. Bond challenges Gann's ideology. Why bother with this little show, Gann? Just kill me and be done. Gann insists she wants Bond to join her as a fellow discarded item. However, Bond sees this not as patriotism, but as a bloody corporate army. Gann leans in close, pleading for Bond's trust one last time. From's Supersoldier tech shouldn't exist, but it does.
And there's no one else we can trust with it. Trust me again, won't you?
WE can't be trusted, either. Bond replies firmly just as a massive explosion, BA boom, rocks the building. The Myrmidon neural network instantly haywires, leaving the soldiers electrocuted, KTCH, and collapsing. SIKK. Gann screams hysterically. What did you do? Bond reveals his ace. Felix gave him 3 clone servers, not 2. The last one, I kept to myself, and I planted it on From's servers just before your men broke in. All of From's research data has now been extracted by Felix and remotely detonated. A furious Gann screams, you don't know what you've done. Gunfire breaks out again. Brackakakakak. Bond snatches a weapon and neutralizes a guard with a shot. Blam. Gann aims her machine gun directly at Bond, ordering with a trembling voice, drop it. They stand face to face amidst the flames and the rain beginning to fall through the ruined roof. Bond slowly drops his pistol to the floor with a clack.
Gann stares at him with glassy eyes. I woke from a dream last night.
I dreamt we were back in Suffolk. She cocks her weapon, KA clack, but finds herself unable to pull the trigger. Memories of their brief peace in the English countryside stay her finger. Gann finally lowers her weapon.
Go on.
I'll see to them, she says, letting Bond go. She gives one final warning that the weight of the world is now on Bond's shoulders. The tyrant kings have their weapon. It's up to you to make sure they never use it.
Bond looks at her sorrowfully.
We're no more righteous than they are, Gwen. Gann can only remain silent as Bond runs off, leaving her alone in the middle of Myrmidon's destruction. The following morning, black smoke still billows from the destroyed Myrmidon building. American military Black Hawk helicopters conduct a massive raid following reports of sabotage state secrets. The narrative notes that the Americans raided Myrmidon yesterday, marking the end of the military corporation's ambitions. 5 days later at MI6 headquarters, London. M sits behind his desk, looking at Bond, who is back in a sharp suit. M reports that the data pulled from From's server contained very little information regarding the nanotech or the neural network the military desired. Your pending reinstatement at MI6 is still on the Foreign Secretary's desk, M says, offering new hope for Bond's career. M investigates what actually happened to the rest of From's research. Bond answers in his classic style. Search ME, sir. Corrupted servers, maybe. M remembers Gann as the most loyal agent MI6 ever had, but Bond corrects him wisely, noting that Gann was actually horrified by the idea of Myrmidon technology falling into government hands. We should be less concerned with where From's research is, and more concerned with what we'll do if it turns up. Sir, Bond concludes before leaving the room. Outside the office, Moneypenny greets him warmly. Welcome back, James. We've all missed you round here. Bond gives a thin smile. You're a peach, Moneypenny. Before Bond leaves, Moneypenny hands him a brown envelope. A letter arrived for you the other day. Addressed to MS office by mistake. A Miss Strauss in Suffolk? Ring a bell. Bond stands alone on the roof of the MI6 building, lighting a cigarette and staring at the London skyline. He opens the letter from Miss Strauss, Gann's alias. Inside is a touching poem. I buried my heart in a coffin of earth. It was wrapped in a banner of red and of blue. The poem continues as a silhouette of Gann speeds on her Ducati toward the sunset. I've carried it ever, through winter and war, to remind me of one who was true. Though broken and blooded, Gann declares that the echoes of virtue and nobility will live on in the hearts of old soldiers like Me. James Bond closes the letter, realizing that even though they were on opposite sides, the bond of old soldiers will always unite them.